You know what? Gideon was just trying to survive. He was just trying to make something happen. And many of us, we're the same way. We were just trying to survive, but the Lord has heard your prayer. And I want you to know that just as Gideon had come into this place and he didn't realize who he was, he still felt like he was a loser. He still felt like he was the least of his clan. He still felt like he was broken, busted, and disgusted. He still felt the hopelessness of what had happened to him. And many of you, you're the same way. You still feel the hopelessness of eating bitter bread. You still feel the hopelessness and the shame of what happened in your life. You still feel the trauma of what has gone on in your life. You feel the mistakes. Come on, you feel the mistakes. It reminds you of everything that has happened. And I could only imagine that every year that the Midianites would come during that time, it would always remind them of how weak they are. And sometimes the enemy will come in your life. You'll feel like you're doing good. And just as you get the strength to stand up, the enemy comes and knocks you down and reminds you of how you are, reminds you of how weak you are, reminds you of where you've come from, reminds you of the sorrow that you've caused, reminds you of the sorrow that you've come out of. But the Lord is here. Oh, I say it again, the Lord is here. The Lord is here, and He is here to call you righteous. He is here not to call you slave, but to call you son. He is here to call you alive and not dead. He is here to call you healed and not sick. He is here to call you delivered and not bound. And this is what He did with Gideon. He said, mighty man of valor. Mighty, I know that they have called you all kinds of things. I know that the Midianites have come in and they've taken everything from you. I know that you don't even really know who I am, but because they have prayed, but because people have gotten on their faces and they have prayed in a place that is insignificant, I'm going to use you to change a whole generation. You're hiding right now, but I'm going to bring you to the front and you're going to lead a nation into deliverance.